Listen, I need to tell you something that's going to sound dramatic, but I'm going to prove it with numbers. There's a 90-day window where you can still afford to move to these 10 cities. By March 2026, that window slams shut. Housing inventory is already down 35% from last year. Rents are jumping 15–20% every renewal. And the people who know what I'm about to tell you, they're already making offers. They're already signing leases. They're already gone. I'm about to show you 10 cities where you can move before spring 2026 and completely transform your financial life. But I'm also going to tell you which cities are already traps, the ones everyone's moving to that are actually disasters waiting to happen. Because here's what nobody wants to admit. The America we knew in 2020, it's gone. The cities that were affordable 3 years ago are now more expensive than the places people fled from. And if you don't understand what's happening right now, you're going to be the person paying $3,400 for an apartment that cost $1,900 2 years ago. So buckle up. Because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly where to move, exactly when to move, and exactly why waiting even 6 months could cost you $50,000. Let's go. City 1, Raleigh, North Carolina. The last affordable tech hub. Here's something that should terrify you if you're in tech. Sarah Chen, 29, software engineer, was making $135,000 in San Francisco. Sounds great, right? Her studio apartment was $3,400 a month. After taxes, rent, and basic expenses, she was saving maybe $800 a month. Maybe. She moved to Raleigh in January 2024, got a job at Red Hat for $118,000, took a $17,000 pay cut on paper. But here's what actually happened. Her 2-bedroom apartment in Raleigh, $1,150 a month. That's $150 less than her SF studio. She's now saving $2,800 a month. In 2024, she saved $33,600. In San Francisco, she would have saved $9,600. She saved nearly 4 times more money making less. And in November 2024, she bought a townhouse, $340,000. In San Francisco, that same down payment would have gotten her nothing. She'd still be renting. People think I'm crazy for leaving SF, Sarah told me, but I'm 29 and I own a home. My friends in SF are 35 and still have roommates. Who's actually crazy? But here's why you need to move now. Raleigh's median home price has jumped from $285,000 in 2022 to $385,000 in 2025. That's a 35% increase in 3 years. Apple just announced a massive expansion in the Research Triangle. Google is building a new campus. Amazon is bringing 5,000 more jobs by summer 2026. By this time next year, that $385,000 house will be $480,000. And that $1,150 apartment? Try $850 or more. Well, the window is closing. Fast? The catch? Raleigh has basically zero public transportation. You need a car, and the summers are brutal. 95 degrees with 80% humidity. If you're from Arizona or California, the humidity will destroy you for the first year. But if you can handle sweat and buying a car, Raleigh is your best bet for 2026. City 2, Charlotte, North Carolina. Where finance meets affordability, for now. Okay, real talk. Charlotte is about to explode. And I mean explode. Meet Marcus Williams, 31, financial analyst. He moved from New York to Charlotte in 2023. In NYC, he was making $92,000 and paying $12,600 for a 1-bedroom in Queens. His commute was 75 minutes each way. He was miserable. Charlotte offered him $95,000. Slight raise. His apartment? $550 for a 2-bedroom in a nice area. His commute? 18 minutes. His savings went from $400 a month in NYC to $200 a month in Charlotte. But here's the kicker. He bought a 3-bedroom house in November 2024 for $365,000. Zillow estimates it at $425,000. He gained $60,000 in equity in 13 months. Just by showing up and buying when everyone else was still thinking about it. I have friends in New York still debating whether to leave, Marcus said. Meanwhile, I'm building wealth. They're building nothing. Charlotte is the second largest banking center in the US after New York. Bank of America headquarters, Wells Fargo's East Coast operations, Truist, LendingTree. If you're in finance, Charlotte is your goldmine. But the explosion is coming. Charlotte's adding 70–80 people per day. Housing starts can't keep up. Inventory is at a 15-year low. And here's the timeline you need to understand. Spring 2026, new Bank of America tower opens. 3,000 more employees. Summer 2026, Apple breaks ground on new facility. 3,500 jobs coming. Fall 2026, two major apartment complexes delayed by labor shortages. Translation: more people coming, less housing available, prices are about to rocket. Move before March 2026 or you're paying 20% more for everything. The downside? Charlotte is sprawling. Traffic is getting worse. And it's still the South? If you're very progressive or need a super diverse culture, Charlotte might feel conservative. But if you want to buy a house and build wealth, get there now. City 3, Nashville, Tennessee. The party's almost over. I'm going to be brutally honest about Nashville. If you're moving there in 2026, you're about 2 years too late. But there's still a small window if you move in the next 90 days. Let me tell you about Jessica Rodriguez. She moved to Nashville in 2022, rented a one-bedroom for $1,150. Good deal. She worked in healthcare making $68,000 at Vanderbilt Medical. Fast forward to 2025. Her landlord raised rent to $2,100, then $2,350. That's a 62% increase in 3 years. Her salary went up 8%. You see the problem? Nashville sold itself as affordable Austin, Jessica told me. But now it's just Austin with worse traffic and the same high prices. I'm leaving. She's moving to Huntsville, Alabama next month. We'll talk about that in part 3. But here's why Nashville still makes the list. If you work in healthcare, it's still a massive opportunity. HCA Healthcare, the largest hospital company in America, is headquartered there. Vanderbilt Medical is top tier. If you're a nurse, PA, or physician, Nashville will pay you $15K, $25K more than most southern cities. The music industry is also still booming. If you're in creative fields, entertainment, or hospitality, Nashville has opportunities you won't find in Raleigh or Charlotte. The catch: you need to earn at least $75K to survive comfortably. Housing inventory is razor thin. And the city is overrun with bachelorette parties every weekend. If you value peace and quiet, Nashville will drive you insane. Timeline reality: by summer 2026, median rent will hit $2,000 for a one-bedroom. Median home price will cross $500,000. If you're going to Nashville, you need to pull the trigger by February, not April. February, the window is almost closed. Notice something about these 3 cities? They're all in the Southeast. They're all adding major employers. They're all seeing 15-25% housing price increases. And they all have one thing in common: they're not California. The mass exodus from high-tax, high-cost states is accelerating. In 2024, California lost 340,000 residents. New York lost 250,000. Where did they go? The Southeast? Texas? Arizona? And those receiving states? They can't build housing fast enough. That's the crisis. That's the opportunity. And that's why you have 90 days. Because once spring hits, once tax season is over, once people have their 2025 bonuses, the floodgates open. And if you're not already there, you're paying the premium. In part 2, we're going west. Phoenix, Salt Lake City, Boise. Cities where the math works even better. Cities where you can still find 300K houses and 80K salaries, but you need to understand what's coming. Because not all of these cities are created equal, and some of them are traps disguised as opportunities. Stay tuned. City 4, Phoenix, Arizona. The 300K house with a $500 month AC bill. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the desert. Phoenix. David Martinez bought a house in Phoenix in March 2024. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, decent neighborhood. $380,000. His mortgage payment? $12,400 a month. Coming from San Diego, where he was paying $3,200 for a 2-bedroom apartment, this felt like winning the lottery. Then summer hit. June through September 2024, Phoenix had 53 days over 110 degrees. 53 days. His air conditioning bill in July, $487. In August, $521. His electric company sent him a notice. Your usage is 340% above average. Nobody told me about this, David said. The real estate agent showed me the house in February. It was 75 degrees and beautiful. Now I'm paying $500 a month just to not die of heat stroke. But here's the thing. David's still saving money. Even with the insane AC bills, his total housing cost, mortgage plus utilities plus insurance, is $3,100. In San Diego, he was paying $3,200 just for rent. And he's building equity. Phoenix is weird like that. It's genuinely affordable, if you can handle the heat. And the water situation. Let's talk about water. The Colorado River is dying. Lake Mead is at 27% capacity. Arizona is already under water restrictions. By 2030, some neighborhoods in Phoenix might face serious water rationing. New construction is already being limited in certain areas because there's not enough water to support it. Am I worried? David asked. Yeah, sometimes. But I'm also 28 and I own a house. My friends in California are 35 and still renting, so I'll take my chances. Here's the opportunity. Phoenix is adding 150 people per day. TSMC is building a $40 billion chip factory. Intel is expanding. The job market is absolutely booming, especially in tech and manufacturing. If you can land one of those jobs, 75K to 120K range, Phoenix makes financial sense. The deadline, TSMC factory goes operational summer 2026. When those jobs start, housing will surge. Move by March 2026 or face 20 to 30% higher prices. The warning, if you have respiratory issues, Phoenix is dangerous. If you hate heat, you'll be miserable 5 months a year. And the water situation is real. This is a 5 to 10 year play, not a forever home. But if you need to own a house now and can't afford anywhere else, Phoenix still works, for now. City 5, Salt Lake City, Utah, tech money meets mountain living. Remember Jessica from Nashville? Let me tell you where she should have moved instead. Andrew Chen, no relation to Sarah from Raleigh, moved from Seattle to Salt Lake City in 2023. He's a software engineer. In Seattle, he was making $145,000 but paying $2,800 for a one-bedroom apartment, saving maybe $100 a month after expenses. Salt Lake offered him $125,000. He took the pay cut. His two-bedroom apartment, $1,150. But here's where it gets interesting. 6 months later, he bought a townhouse for $420,000. Today, it's worth $490,000. That's $70,000 in equity in less than 2 years. His friends in Seattle are still renting, still waiting for the market to crash. The market's not crashing, Andrew said. It's just moving to places like Salt Lake. Salt Lake is having its moment. Adobe, Goldman Sachs, Microsoft, eBay, they're all expanding there. The Silicon Slopes tech corridor is real. If you're in software, Salt Lake is probably paying $90K, $130K for roles that pay $150K in Seattle but cost you the same after housing. But here's what Andrew didn't expect. The Mormon culture is real. About 60% of Utah is LDS. That means liquor laws are weird. No strong beer in grocery stores. Most businesses closed on Sundays. Dating scene is different if you're not Mormon. Social circles are harder to break into. I love the mountains, love the job, love the money, Andrew said. But socially, it's been tough. Most people here already have their friend groups from church. If you're not part of that, you're an outsider. The outdoor lifestyle is insane though. World-class skiing 45 minutes away, hiking trails everywhere. If you're the type who works to fund adventures, Salt Lake is paradise. Timeline. Goldman Sachs just announced 1,500 more jobs by summer 2026. Housing inventory is already at a 12-year low. Median home price jumped 18% in 2025 alone. By this time next year, you're looking at $500K plus for a basic house. The play, if you're in tech, love outdoors, and can handle the cultural quirks, move now. If you need nightlife, diversity, and Sunday brunches with cocktails, skip it. City 6, Boise, Idaho, the California invasion. Oh man, Boise. I need to be really careful how I say this. Jennifer Williams moved from Oakland to Boise in 2021. She bought a house for $380,000. Today, Zillow says it's worth $610,000. She gained $230,000 in equity in 4 years, just by existing in Boise. Sounds amazing, right? Here's what Jennifer didn't put in her Instagram posts. Her neighbors hate her. They see my California plates and they literally turn away, Jennifer told me. I've had people leave notes on my car saying, "Go back to California." I've lived here 4 years and I still don't feel welcome. This is the Boise problem. The city has been flooded by Californians, Washingtonians, and Oregonians. Between 2020 and 2024, Boise's population grew 15%. But the city's infrastructure, culture, and locals did not grow 15%. Traffic that didn't exist in 2019 now exists. Housing that cost $250K in 2020 now costs $500K. Locals who grew up here can't afford to buy houses in their own city, and they're angry, really angry. I get it, Jennifer said. I'm part of the problem. I brought my California money and I outbid local families. I didn't mean to, but I did. The resentment is real. Here's the economic reality, though. If you can handle the social tension, Boise still works financially, especially if you're remote. No state income tax. Housing is still cheaper than West Coast. Quality of life is high. Micron technology is expanding massively. They're bringing 17,000 jobs by 2026. If you can land one of those, 65K, 95K, you'll do well. But understand what you're walking into. You're moving to a place where locals are tired of outsiders. Where bumper stickers say, "Don't California my Idaho." Where your politics, if you're liberal, will clash with most of your neighbors. Timeline. Micron expansion hits full speed mid-2026. Housing will jump another 15 to 20%. But honestly, the social damage is already done. If you're moving to Boise, you're moving to a city in cultural civil war. Only move there if you have thick skin and really value the money over being welcomed. City 7, Huntsville, Alabama. The secret nobody's talking about. Here's the city nobody sees coming. Huntsville, Alabama. Remember Jessica leaving Nashville? She's moving to Huntsville. Here's why. Huntsville is the rocket city. NASA, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, they're all there. The median household income is $72,000. The median home price, $285,000. Let me say that again. $70,000 median income. $285K median home price. That's a 4.1 ratio. In Nashville, it's 7.1. In Charlotte, it's 6.1. Jessica's getting a job at HCA Healthcare's Huntsville facility. $71,000 as a nurse practitioner. She's renting a 2-bedroom apartment for $1,100. In Nashville, she was paying $2,350 for a 1-bedroom. I'll save $1,250 a month just on rent, Jessica said. In 2 years, I'll have a down payment. In Nashville, I'd be renting forever. The secret about Huntsville is the defense and aerospace industry. It's massive, but nobody talks about it. Boeing just announced a $2 billion expansion. Blue Origin is building a rocket factory there. These are high-paying, stable jobs that aren't going anywhere. The catch? It's Alabama, it's conservative, it's the Deep South. If you're expecting Austin vibes, you'll be disappointed. But if you want to actually afford a house and build wealth, Huntsville might be the smartest move on this entire list. And here's the kicker. Nobody knows about it yet. There's no Californian invasion, no resentment, no bidding wars. You can still find houses under $300K in good neighborhoods. Timeline. Blue Origin factory comes online early 2026. Boeing expansion fully staffed by fall 2026. By 2027, Huntsville will be discovered. Right now, it's still a secret. If you can handle living in Alabama, Huntsville is the play. Notice something about these 4 cities? 3 of them have major catches. Phoenix, water crisis looming. Salt Lake, cultural isolation for non-Mormons. Boise, social resentment warfare. Only Huntsville is drama-free, but it's Alabama. This is the trade-off. The affordable cities all have reasons they're affordable. Nothing is perfect. You have to pick your poison. In part 3, we're covering the final 3 cities, and I'm going to reveal which of these 10 cities are actually traps. The ones you should avoid no matter what anyone tells you. Because not every hot city is actually a good move. Some of them are disasters in slow motion. Stay tuned. City 8, Columbus, Ohio. The boring city that makes you rich. Nobody dreams about moving to Columbus. Nobody. But let me tell you about Robert Kim. Robert moved from Chicago to Columbus in 2022. His friends thought he was crazy. Ohio? Really? Ohio? But Robert understood something they didn't. In Chicago, he was making $88,000 as a logistics manager. His one-bedroom apartment in a decent area, $2,100. His commute, 55 minutes each way on the L. His savings, maybe $600 a month. Columbus offered him $82,000. He took the pay cut. His two-bedroom apartment, $150. His commute, 17 minutes. And here's the kicker. He bought a three-bedroom house in 2023 for $275,000. My friends in Chicago are still renting, Robert said. They make more money on paper. But I own a house, I'm saving $2,000 a month, and I'm not commuting 2 hours a day. Who's actually winning? Columbus is boring. Let's be honest. It's not cool. It's not trendy. You're not going to brag about living there on Instagram. But economically, it's one of the smartest moves in America. The city has Intel building a $20 billion chip factory. Google just expanded. JP Morgan Chase has massive operations there. And Ohio State University keeps pumping out talent that stays local. Median income, $66,000. Median home price, $285,000. That's a 4.3.1 ratio. Better than almost anywhere on this list. The lifestyle, it's fine. Good restaurants, decent music scene. College football is a religion if you're into that. But if you need ocean, mountains, or year-round sunshine, Columbus will disappoint you. Timeline. Intel factory brings 10,000 plus jobs starting late 2026. Housing prices already up 12% in 2025. Move by spring 2026 or you'll face the rush. The truth? Columbus won't change your life with excitement. It'll change your life by letting you build wealth while everyone else is still paying rent. City 9, Tampa, Florida. The paradise that's about to price you out. I almost didn't include Tampa because honestly, if you're not moving there in the next 60 days, you're already too late. Christina Patel moved to Tampa from Boston in 2023. She works in finance, making $95,000. Her apartment was $1,750 for a two-bedroom near downtown. Great deal. Her lease renewal in 2024? $2,300, and that's a 31% increase in 1 year. Her lease renewal in 2025? $2,150, another 24% jump. I'm paying more in Tampa than I was in Boston, Christina said, and I don't even get Boston's job market or culture. I feel like I got scammed. This is the Tampa trap. It looked affordable in 2021-2022, but between hurricanes, insurance crisis, and mass migration from the Northeast, Tampa is now one of the fastest appreciating markets in the country. But if you work in finance, healthcare, or tech, and you can lock in housing right now, Tampa still offers something unique. No state income tax, beautiful weather, except hurricane season, amazing food scene, beach lifestyle. The problem is insurance. Homeowners insurance in Tampa has tripled in some cases. Christina's colleague bought a house and pays $8,400 a year just for insurance. That's $700 a month before the mortgage even starts. And the hurricanes are real. Hurricane Ian in 2022, Hurricane Idalia in 2023, Hurricane Helene in 2024. If you're risk-averse, Tampa is a nightmare. Here's the play. If you can find a rental under $1,800 or a house under $400,000 in the next 60 days, grab it. Because by summer 2026, you're looking at 2,200 plazas rents and 500K plus homes. But if you're showing up in April 2026, skip Tampa. You missed the window. City 10, Durham, North Carolina. Raleigh's cheaper, cooler cousin. Final city. And honestly, this might be the smartest pick on the entire list. Durham is 25 minutes from Raleigh, but it's cheaper, more diverse, and has better food. Let me tell you about Marcus Thompson. Marcus is a data scientist. He got offers from both Raleigh and Durham companies. The Raleigh job paid $105,000. The Durham job paid $98,000. He took Durham. Everyone told me to take Raleigh, Marcus said, but I did the math. Houses in Durham are $40K, $60K cheaper. The culture is better. The food scene is incredible, and I'm 25 minutes from Research Triangle Park anyway. He bought a renovated bungalow for $320,000. Comparable houses in Raleigh, $380K, $400K. He's saving $7,000 on his mortgage alone. Durham has Duke University, which means educated population and good schools. It has actual culture, art, music, diverse food scene. And it's not overrun with tech bros yet like Austin or Raleigh. The catch? Some neighborhoods are still rough. Crime is higher than Raleigh or Charlotte. You need to be careful where you buy. But if you do your research and pick the right neighborhood, Durham offers the best value to quality of life ratio on this list. Timeline. As Raleigh prices out everyone, Durham is next in line. Median home price up 16% in 2025. By 2027, Durham will cost what Raleigh costs today. The move. Get in now while it's still the underdog. In 3 years, you'll look like a genius.